We want your time at the arena to be enjoyable and incident-free. If you are having an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, then please text the word KINGS along with your issue and city location to 55555. A member of our guest relations will respond and address your concern immediately. Cheer on your team on Kings Day. Our Ticket Bulletin team website has available tickets, special event packages, and more.
Up next, the Thunder taking on the Kings. For Oklahoma City, a stellar year has put them at the top of the Western Conference. First place doesn't come easy, but you know what? They've worked for every single win. Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, and with us from the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You take a look at the Thunder. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And checking out Sacramento, down 4 spots from them.
Yeah, you know, for the Kings, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
From here on out, it's just about putting in the work. Coming to every game ready to compete and never giving less than your best.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. We've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams is out there with Holmgren. Then it's James. And it's Morant in at the 2-guard spot. And for Sacramento, George is out there with Vaughn. Then it's Topic. And it's Miles in at the shooting guard position. GA, we are right in the thick of the season. What's an overlooked challenge for these players right now?
Staying fresh. You have to take care of your body and your mind. That'll pay dividends in the stretch run.
And MP has let everyone know he really wants to take home Defensive Player of the Year.
And I love that MP has put out a specific objective. It's something that he is working hard towards, making an impact on the defensive end, making things tough on the opponent. Everyone will be watching to see how he plays.
And with that, let's go over to DA with a report on MP.
Thanks, guys. As you know, MP is making a strong case for Defensive Player of the Year. When I asked him about it, MP said, every single night I want to set the tone on the defensive end. No easy baskets. Every point must be earned. He added, I pride myself on being the best defender on the floor. That rubs off on my guys, and that's how we win games. Kevin?
Like he said, DA, he sets the tone defensively. Topic, no good.
That is not a bad decision to pull it from there. It was just a little bit off with the execution.
James outside. Kept alive. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, it's nice to see him be assertive instead of settling for a jump shot, especially in the first quarter.
Here's Topic. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to George. Pass against Williams. Pass's shot. Good.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Outside, George. And the rejection by James. The three-pointer is right on target. Here's James. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game from outside the arc. It's rebounded by Topic.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Inside, here's George. Makes it off the glass.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Oklahoma City's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. From deep, James drops in the tray. James has got 5 points so far.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's Topic. Pass gets an open look. Outside for Miles. Shot clock at 6. And the rejection by James. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Miles against James. Williams can't get it to go. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And you know what? He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty when it comes to really fighting on the backboard. A really good start for him overall. He's already having a big impact on this game.
Again, the miss by the Kings.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
James outside. Holmgren sets the screen for James. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. James, the pass to Morant. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. He's got 6.
Look, when you're as explosive as Ja, then opponents are going to let you take shots from deep.
To the paint. Here's Vaughn. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Wow, he got whacked on that. That one shouldn't be much debate there.
The Kings shooting their first free throws of the night, and the first one at the line is good.
2 shots.
Good on both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
James outside. Shoots the 3. And the Thunder another 3.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
They set the screen. Here's Bass. Up again. And James pulls it down. The Thunder leading by 8. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Morant dishes to James. Back to Morant. Pass to James. Launches a 3. Down it goes. That's 4 made from the field. He's 4 of 8.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Sure. And he gets the whistle. 2 free. Throws coming up.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
2 shots.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original.
The previous play is under review.
A lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays,
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Peyton, he's checked in for Topic. Here's Oklahoma City. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Pass to Kennedy. James in the high post. 11 points in the game. Lets it go with the 3. Good, and the nice assist from Morant. 14 points for the great one.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Darko Rajakovic and I got a chance to talk for a little bit. He immediately mentioned that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, of course, is at the top of their scouting report. He told me the key to stopping SGA is defending without fouling. Easier said than done, but try to keep him off the free throw line. And try, emphasis on try, to make Shai a jump shooter. a very tall task. Guys?
Thank you, David. And the replay demonstrating once again how aggressive that defense was.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
And Bass kicks to Miles. A shot by George, wide open. Here's Vaughn, back to Bass, from the arc, sinks the three-pointer. Bass has got his third bucket of the night.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
The Kings trail by 9. Payton outside. Pass to Bass. Jacks up a 3. They get it back. Outside for George. Buries it from three-point range. George has got 7 points.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
James outside. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
Outside, George. George missing again.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
From deep, James. Again, James missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Now here's Bass. He's guarded closely.
See, that miss right there. It's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
And here's James outside. Buries the long-range jumper. And now it's an 11-point Oklahoma City lead.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
George looking around. They set the pick. And it's George finishing it off.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. You'll take it.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, they're in control on both ends of the court, and it's always impressive when you build a double-digit lead in the first quarter.
Vaughn can't get it to go. The Thunder leading by 11. Down low. Here's James. That's down the hatch. Knocks one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their squad.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Back to Bass. Fires the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Bass has got 10.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. And a moment here to recognize the Western Conference Player of the Month, the Great One.
And what can you say about how huge he has been for the...
Making a switch here. Topic is checked in, and the timeout called by Darko Rojakovic. He wants to talk to his guys. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. James against Payton. Morant off a pick from James. And it's Morant. That time on the assist by James. James has got 3 assists now in this one. So for Oklahoma City right now, we've got Williams. Holmgren is out there with James. Then there's John Morant. And it's Crawford in at shooting guard. Here's Frazier. Drills it from outside. Frazier's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
From deep, James gets the three-pointer to fall.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Now, here's Holmgren. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. for the three. It's hauled in by Frazier. Thunder coming to this one after the win against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Yeah, they seem unfazed by the hostile environment. I mean, just look at how efficiently they shot the ball. Breakdown for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
James, no good. The Kings trail by 14. Pass to Paxson for three. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
The three. And the three is knocked down. Deep ball good and a nice shot from James.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Paxson with the screen on Morant. Toe pitch. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Thunder leading by 17. James, the pass to Holmgren. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And it's James missing. Sacramento's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Toe pitch, no good.
Fantastic defense, giving full effort.
James looking around. Morant outside. Outside, James. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Strother, no good. The Kings trail by 17. No one near Payton as he lets it go. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Pass to James. Fires from deep. Nailed. From three-point land. James has got 9 points in the quarter.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Now, here's Miles. He's guarded close.
And another miss. Woo, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Both teams deciding to change it up. Well, we've got a moment now to see this year's three-point contest and how it's shaping up. Let's take a look at some of the top candidates emerging as we see here some players who are likely to make the final cut.
Not too shabby of shooters on this list, Kevin. You got to love the advancement and really the evolution of the three-point shot in today's game.
We look at James, and it's him all alone atop the voting. It's pretty much a done deal that he'll be showing off his long-range skills in the three-point contest.
Yep, and he's going to be scary to have to go up against if he's on that day. Nobody can shoot it like he can when he gets in a groove.
And as the votes keep pouring in, we'll keep you updated on any changes to that list. It looks like we're going to have quite a group.
You talk about the ultimate marksman's list here, Kevin. Maybe this will be the year somebody gets that perfect score.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The great one in that last game against Brooklyn put on a show. He ended the game with 68 points. Was reliable as ever from distance. Totals like that put him in rarefied company. A game for the ages. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
Frazier, he's checked in for Sacramento. Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectation.
Here's Frazier. Sacramento again missing. The Thunder leading by 23. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Sacramento grabs the miss. Vaughn's got rebound number 8 now on the night. He takes it in. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Holmgren dishes to James. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
Wennington is checked in for Peyton. The Thunder have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%. But they've continued to let him fly. Here's Frazier. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. James right side. Pass to Strother. Here's the floater. Rebound by the Kings. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, despite the challenges of being away from home, they were able to execute cleanly and look really fresh out there.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Now a look at the stats for him.
And guys, how about the surge of offense?
So it's Oklahoma City finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome, everybody. We'll get things going with a look at who might be participating in the upcoming three-point contest.
One thing about this contest, it's very hard to win. Everyone's a great shooter. It comes down to who's hot and who's clutch.
And most of these guys have shown they can do both of those things. Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Thunder.
Their bench came in ready to play. As a starter, that gives you confidence when you have to come off the floor.
Yeah, you know they know the second unit has their backs. Like I've got you guys.
Hard to find a better bodyguard than a 7-foot sheriff. And that concludes.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been a clinic out there by James.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
But I don't think that that's the most important thing to him. Sure, putting up big numbers doesn't hurt, but he's all about getting the win over everything else.
We've got George. He's out there with Vaughn. And it's Topic in at the 1. That's the groove starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic.
Ooh, he's been the guy tonight. Really impressive performance.
George with the screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Vaughn. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Vaughn's got 15.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Bass finds Miles. Back to Bass. Kings moving the ball around. Here's George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Holmgren.
Clearly a foul.
The Kings have been at their finest 4 at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. And George drops them both. About 1 minute played here in the second half. From deep, James. Vaughn with the rebound. Vaughn's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Outside for Miles. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. He has 5.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
But this is a game again, and the other side has to be feeling a little bit nervous with how quickly that lead vaporized.
Second shot opportunity. Vaughn gets the bucket.
And this is the time they wanted to mount the rally and get back into it.
Pass to James. George with the steal. And now Sacramento on the break. Bass can't get it to go. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Holmgren the screen. It's Morant in the corner. Gilgeous-Alexander finds James. 6 on the shot clock. Morant against Miles. A three-pointer off the mark. The Kings trail by 21. To the middle. There's Vaughn. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
Miles with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Beyond the arc. They get it again. Pass to Topic. Misses the 3.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough 3.
James has a 2-pointer. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. James has got 46 points. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
And the Thunder making a change here. Strother's checked in. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
A floater. Bass passes to Miles. And the rejection by James. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Out to Morant. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Sacramento's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Pass to Topic. In the corner, Miles with it. Connects from three-point range. Miles has got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Back to James. Holmgren with a screen on George. James finds Holmgren. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. Holmgren's got 9.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, Kevin, we are seeing a new generation taking over the NBA. Commissioner Adam Silver says stars can be created much quicker these days. Sports is a meritocracy and talent gets rewarded. With a social media community in the billions for basketball and a global market for talent, new and different stars end up emerging. Kevin?
Which is always good for the game. Great to see. And David, a great report again from you. Thank you. Screen by James. To the inside. George with the steal. And now Sacramento on the break. From deep, Miles. The rebound by James. James has got 11 rebounds in the game. Back to Morant. Oklahoma City moving it around. Pass to Strother. Takes a three. Drills the three-pointer. He's got 8.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Again, the miss by the Kings.
Credit to him for trying to get that 3 right back. Missed the shot, but that's a fighter's mentality.
Pass to Williams. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. And here's Bass. He's got 13. Now here's Miles. They set the pick. There's the 3. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. The Thunder have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Outside, James. Going inside, Williams. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got 6 assists here tonight.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Here's Topic. 8 points for him. Good on the triple. Miles has got 9 points in the quarter.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
And the King. And for the Kings, they're shooting 31%, not looking sharp offensively, to say the least. So with Williams on the bench, here's the group Billy Donovan has on the floor. Frazier outside. Pass to Vaughn. Out to Payton. Three-pointer. The rebound by James. James has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Good, that's another bucket.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Sacramento's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. From past the arc. Again, the miss by the Kings.
Okay, now I think he's starting to get in his own head right now. Maybe he's overthinking things a little bit, and as a result, he's just been off.
Again, Oklahoma City.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
They've played fantastic ball, and you can feel the hush that's come over this crowd.
On the pass to Paxson. Here's Topic. Fires the 3. The shot's good from Paxson.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Outside, James. RJ, what have you noticed about the young players that enter the NBA today?
Unfortunately, the NBA is now tasked with teaching players how to play basketball. The NBA wasn't a teaching league 20 years ago. Now it is. A lot of players are spending their first, second, and even third year learning how to play basketball. That was not always the case. They used to go to college and play for Hall of Fame coaches for 4 years. While he's a bit undersized for a 4, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Thunder.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
And another thing, they continue to work it inside and score. It's clear their game plan is attacking the paint as much as possible.
Inside. Here's Vaughn. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Vaughn's got 19 points.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
They've hardly needed anyone else today to get out to this lead. I mean, he's provided almost all of their offense.
Pass to Paxson. And a miss there on the triple.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Here's Topic. He's covered by Rose. The 3-ball. Shot's good by Topic.
He was solid in the first half from deep. He's a guy who can get hot. Let's see how he does here in the second.
From deep, James. Sacramento grabs the miss. Topic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Paxson, and the jam by Paxson.
Just no chance there for the defense. Major size disadvantage. He's got no business trying to stop that slam. Just get out of the way.
Sinks the triple.
The man has... no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go on to the next. Gotta at least show a little heart out here.
And another 3 for Sacramento.
He's doing everything he can. If they want to win, others have to step up and provide some scoring.
Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Here's Dubanovic. Alexandris tips it back in.
He's so strong when he goes to work on the glass. One opening is all he'll need to finish the play, even if it's just a tip-in.
And the jam by Paxson.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
To the middle. It's taken away by Payton. And the Kings pushing it up now. Topic, no good. Thunder have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Pass to James. And the league trying to get a bit more competition in the All-Star game. Greg, you got any ideas there?
Well, cash prizes seem to work well for the in-season tournament. Even a little something might help up the ante just a bit.
And it's Frazier with the ball for the Sacramento Kings. No good from Payton.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Outside, James. And Hart has it in the corner. Back to James. It's Hart on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got his 8th assist in the game.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Pass to Paxson. Launches it. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Back to James. James, a screen on Frazier. Hart, that's good.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
To halt the run, the rebound by James. James has got his 16th rebound on the night. Down low. Out left to the wing. To the paint. Outside Rose. They set the pick. 4 on the clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. 3-pointer on the way. The Thunder keep it going. A new 14-second clock. To the wing on the left. Back to James. Paxson with the ball. He's picked up by James. Here's Frazier. Here's Vaughn, and the rejection by James. And he gets it back. Vaughn gets the bucket.
And they're not getting the same number of second chance opportunities that they did in the first half. Getting outworked here on the glass.
Frazier the pass to Paxson. That three off the mark.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
James kicks to Rose. Back to James. Outside Rose. Pass to James. That's tipped. Payton with it. And the jam by Paxson.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there. He is pouring it in this quarter. Maybe double team of shoot at this point in time, triple team to do.
And it seems each season more things can be subject to video review. Are you a fan of that, Greg?
You know, I'm a fan of keeping the game moving. I'm not sure I'd get rid of review, but I sure would like the league to find a way to speed them up.
Back to James. Shot clock at 5. There's Rose with the three. It's rebounded by Payton. The Kings shooting about 43% here in the fourth quarter.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Thunder.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for the Great One.
He limited the opposing offense's impact as well with some superb defense, finding lots of chances to knock away shots.
Here's Topic. Paxson, and the jam by Paxson.
Saw the angles and led him right to the hoop with that pass.
Now Frazier. Pass to Topic. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. We'll see you next time